welcome to the Illuminating Crossroads community. My name's Lisette, and today we're going to be doing a reading for the Pisces Full Moon that's taking place on September 17th, 2024, and it is a partial lunar eclipse. And this reading is for Virgo risings, but of course, if you feel called to listen to it, please do. And also, I do recommend, no matter what your rising sign is, or your sun or moon sign, for this full moon, since we are kicking off really kind of getting some structure towards what we're going to kind of be working through karmically for the next 2-ish years, I recommend listening to this reading. So with that being said, we're going to dive into what is being illuminated during this full moon, how you can work with these energies to support your growth, what you are ready to let go of, and then additional advice and guidance that your spiritual team would like to share with you. So we're going to start off with the tarot cards. So let's see what is being illuminated during this full moon. Ooh, that's kind of a lot. I'm gonna take these back. Okay. Alright, so let's start with this first. So I feel like whatever is kind of coming to the surface during this full moon in Pisces for you, it could be something that has kind of just been like hidden under the surface. But it feels like something so simple that's just been desiring you to kind of bring some awareness to within your life. So let's see. Aha! And the card is the Magician. Yeah, we want to bring awareness to that, right? All right. So, to start off with, I do want to notate, so if you are a Virgo rising specifically, this full moon is highlighting your 7th house. So that is in regards to like relationships, but it could be like partnerships, like within business. It could be an intimate relationship, or just like super like close friends maybe that you like to have near and dear to you, but it just represents others within your life. So to me, this is kind of showing like, especially because I'm focusing on the infinity symbol of like how have you been inviting yourself to find balance between what it means to be you, to be with yourself, and to allow for others to be as they are. So this is making me think that maybe there's been this like coming to remember of what it means to be within your own like magicianship, if that's even a word. So, and then we have the Page of Wands, the 5 of Swords, and then the Ace of Cups. And then I'm just gonna move this up a little bit so we can have a little bit more room. Just a little bit. Okay, so these cards to me, so this feels like there may have been like lack of inspiration lately, or just like feeling creative, or maybe even having things kind of like have flow. There could be this energy around this time of the full moon, or maybe just like recently, of like your thoughts really getting the best of you, maybe just like over analyzing and getting too much into the details where like things aren't able to move forward. And maybe you've finally come to, and of course, depending on who you are, you're going to be at different places within this. So I'm just kind of saying all the things that I'm noticing and feeling. But it could be that like now you're finally at a place where like, you know, you see this crow is like right on his shoulder, right in his ear, but here this person is liberated, they're free, there's the lights and these beautiful white orbs. So maybe you've moved on from allowing your thoughts to get the best of you. So, and if you haven't and your thoughts are still kind of being predominant and almost holding you back, at the time of this full moon, you're really being asked to come into your heart, to drop into your beingness. So if that means just taking a moment to sit, to meditate, to just practice mindfulness, to just be, to observe, to maybe find something to look at that you find beautiful or interest in, and just allowing your heart to kind of melt, because I'm kind of looking at this ice over here, so it just seems like allowing these like icebergs of thoughts that have kind of built up over time at the time of this full moon, they're finally ready to melt, to be let go of, so that you can come into what it means to more consciously co-create with life. Because in this being reversed, that is kind of being blocked at the moment. And also I'm hearing it could be blocked because you're being called to actually drop into your heart space as opposed to your mind, so then that you can actually work with this alchemy of knowing how to co-create from a place that is in this space of unconditional love, where there are no there's no boundaries, there's no limitlessness to it, or I should say it is limitless towards what you can create. And then also, with that being said, if there's something that you're wanting to create but you've been feeling a bit blocked or uninspired, or maybe you started a project with someone else specifically, just as an example, we'll say, maybe this is like really being honest with that person and saying like, hey, like, you know, right now I need to tend to myself. I need to fill up my cup to realign to what fulfills me emotionally, so that I can be in a better space mentally to really ground into what it is that is going to be created. All right, so let's get a message from the ancestors and angels oracle deck. Forgetting my words here. Okay, so how can you work with these energies to support your growth, and what are you ready to let go of? Wow, it's like a whole chunk. All right, so let's try again. More clarity, please. Okay. All right, so here we have release the old and reset. And then we have Star Ancestor, follow the voice of your soul. Okay, so I do feel called to put this card here. It was in the back of the deck. It says, so it's an arrow, and it says surround yourself with protective energy. So, and it's funny because when I said the like boundless and limitlessness within like compassion for self, or toward like rediscovering what emotionally fulfills you, I also felt like boundaries though. So like having boundaries and keeping what it is that you're inspired to create, like keeping it sacred, I guess, for lack of a better word. So I'm just gonna put I'm gonna put this here, and then let's actually get one more card. So then with autumn, release the old and reset, we're going to be moving into the autumn equinox, actually on September 22nd. So that's a few days, or not a few days, but like some days after the full moon. So it might be really supportive to kind of like close out this like last tail end of summer with some intention of like, okay, in what ways have you been operating in the old, and what of that needs to go? What can't come forward anymore? So you can be in this essence of feeling a little bit more free and liberated. And in that, how can you, in releasing the old and resting, how can you invite yourself to also follow the voice of your soul? So this can also be coming through as like guides and or your star ancestors, as it says. And for some reason, I don't know why, but I'm actually being called to look back at this crow here, and it almost feels like your guides have actually been trying to communicate with you, to share with you, to support you with moving through this energy of feeling blocked, and even to creating more sacred, safe spaces for yourself. But it's kind of like there's so much already going on in the mind that you're blocking the support that's available to you. So they're just wanting you to kind of open up a little bit. Okay, and then here there's a trader, exchange energy to create abundance. So if there is, because just thinking of like creation, like know that there is this balance of giving and receiving. So in whatever that you are nurturing and beginning to create, also not being a perfectionist about it and saying like, oh, it can't be done yet because this and this isn't done, so I can't do it. And then you're just continuing to push it further and further back when your guides are asking you to like let go of like that doubt or that resistance of as if you can't do these things, and just allow yourself to trust that that you can do whatever these projects are, whatever it is that you want to share with others, whatever it is that you're desiring to experience in relationship to others, be it through a business or through a community or what have you, that like there's an abundance of opportunity if you just allow yourself to kind of let go a little bit. And then we also have here, it says, wise one, grow within your current situation. So here, just inviting yourself to really tap into your inner wisdom, to notice the spots that you've grown within, so you can really use that wisdom to carry you forward, and again to find more balance. And it might be supportive for you if I don't know if you like working with animals, but it could be a crow, a raven, or an owl. Maybe connecting with those animal spirits if that's something that calls to you. Maybe making a protective like sigil or like an amulet for yourself if you have like a protective like stone or necklace or what have you, any object that you find sacred and protective to yourself, and using those as tools, as support for you. And then there's the little crescent moons here, and then above the owl too, so it might be supportive in kind of tuning into more consciously the lunar cycles, maybe specifically thinking of tuning into more of your own intuition. So then you can really hear that voice of your soul more. Okay. And then last, we're just going to get a message from the Starseed Oracle deck. So we're just going to ask for any additional advice or guidance during this Pisces full moon for Virgo rising. Okay. Alright, so we'll just put this here. Alright, and this card also came out for Leos too. Okay, so the Courageous Peony. So, and I might say that wrong, but that's how I say it. So sorry if I say it wrong. But so it says multifaceted, unique nature. Let yourself be seen. Yeah, so this is making me think of this Page of Wands. And also, it's like there is, so just because this came out in the Leo reading, I will say, so if you have any like major Leo placements in your natal chart that you know of, or if you just intuitively feel called to go listen to it, I would recommend, but of course follow your intuition. But this is just making me think, because of that reading, of like how can you just allow yourself to just be as you are. So remembering that like it's okay to honor all parts of who you are. Sometimes we can't make sense in the current moment of why we are enjoying specific things and why not others, but we can't judge ourselves for what we're finding enjoyment with, especially with this like energy exchange to create abundance. So maybe there's something new that you're wanting to do, but you're kind of denying yourself that. But what does it mean to just let yourself do it and to kind of just see how things turn out? All right, and then we have Breath of the Cosmos. So it says, my will to thy will, micromanaging the universe. So definitely big in letting go of control right now. So surrendering is a very key thing for the Pisces energy that we're working with. One moment. Ouch. A whole bunch of cards fell. Okay. So surrendering and knowing that like it's like you you are part of this bigger picture in life. So so knowing that, like, it coming back to that magician energy, like in what it is that you're desiring or wanting to create, it really is a co-creative process, right? So just trusting that, like, there's so many different parts at play, but just knowing that by you stating your intentions of you making an effort to release, to let go, and to find growth, to express yourself as you feel called, to listen to the voice of your soul, to loosen the reins of that mental body, to accept guidance and insight from your guides, that you are you're allowing, you're just creating more space to allow. So then it's not about you specifically, although it clearly it is, it's your life, but it's more about allowing all of these things to come in to support you. So you're not having to control every little aspect, because if you're trying to control every aspect of what you're desiring, then you're really limiting the different pathways in which it can come to you. All right, and then last here we have cracked open, rock bottom, surrender to the alchemy of life. That's a great one to end on. So just know that during this time of the full moon, and really after, if you will, that if you're feeling like you're at, like, you don't even know what to do or what have you, knowing that when you surrender, when we're talking about that whole letting the universe bring stuff to you in the abundant many ways that it can come to you, then that's when you begin to unlock that inner magic. And then that's when you begin to tap into that magician energy. And you also begin to create from that place that is filling up your cup, but also allowing for it to overflow to others, to really open up this new cycle within finding greater maturity within your emotional body and your mental body. All right, so I do hope that reading was supportive. We're just going to go ahead and seal this space with divine love, light, and wisdom. We are complete. So if you'd like to leave a comment or anything below, just say hi. I'd love to see that, hear that, or read that, I guess. And if you want to join the Illuminating Crossroads community, feel free to do so by subscribing to the channel. And I do hope that you have a very insightful Pisces full moon. And until next time, sending you many blessings and much love. Thank you. Bye.